I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Lisa. I've been coming to Valley Brook for 2.5 years. I love our motto, to know and grow with God. And I've been asked to share a little bit of my story of knowing and growing with God. I've been a Christian since I was 7 years old. I gave my life to the Lord at a Baptist church in Ramsey, New Jersey, my hometown. As I said, when I was about 7, I'm not going to tell you what year before most of you were born. And so I would say most of my life I've believed in Jesus. I've been a believer. But I haven't always followed Jesus. And that's why I think our motto is so important. It's calling us to obedience, to knowing God more. It's really about more than just believing that God exists, but believing, one, He is who He says He is. 2, His word is true. And He does what He says He'll do. For me, so it's about my walk with the Lord. So I've been in many different churches over the years, and there have been times when I've been unchurched. But one consistent teaching I have heard over and over the years is that we should tithe. And I was reading in Malachi where the Lord says, "Will a man rob God? But you have robbed me." And I probably have read it before, but it really pierced my heart. I was like, Lord, I have robbed you. I have robbed Him at times. And the Lord, in Malachi, the Lord goes on to say, you haven't brought in the whole tithe. You've brought sick lambs for sacrifice and imperfect, blemished lambs. And I said, Lord, I don't ever want to stand before you on the judgment day and know that I've robbed you. So then later the Lord encourages the people to test me in this. Bring in the whole tithe and see if I won't pour out blessings upon you. And I said, Lord, I will test you in this. And so when I came to Valley Brook, I made a commitment to tithe, and not just, like I said, in the past I had tithe, maybe not 10%, or maybe not on the gross, maybe on my net, and there were times I haven't tithed at all. But I said, Lord, I'm going to test you in this, and I want to be faithful to the Lord. I want to be faithful to Valley Brook, and I want to be, make this commitment to myself to do this. And so I've been doing it faithfully. And every time I write a tithe check, it's like renewing my commitment. And there's joy associated with it. It's hard to explain, but how it's affected me is that I trust God more. I trust God more, and there's less anxiety in my life. I don't believe God needs our tithe. He absolutely doesn't. He spoke the world into existence. But we need to give it to be obedient. And in my life, God has provided for me tremendously, and especially over the last 3 years, I've seen my income increase. But it's also allowed me to be more generous with my family, with my friends. I've been a single parent for 14 years, and I have seen God provide continually for me and my family. All my children have graduated from college. I have my own home. They're healthy. They're in their respective careers. I just see the blessings of God. It's so wonderful to just walk in obedience and give. And what I want to hear His voice more. I want to hear when He says to give even over above my tithe. So I did take a step of faith last year and made a commitment to the Imagine Fund, and I'm excited to be part of it. I'm excited to be part of building a new church and reaching more people in our town. I work in the nursery, and I see such a need to have a building where we could, just meet the needs of, well, specifically to the nursery, the children more. And I just can't wait to have our own place. It's like when you're renting and you have your own home and you feel at home. And it just frees you up that you can do so much more. I was trying to explain it to a girlfriend of mine. And she said, you can't afford to tithe. And I told her, I said, I can't afford not to tithe.
I can only imagine